Hey guys, it's 79 Dan here again. Today is a little bit of a different one. We are going to be doing a budget light bar installation video on my 2010 model RC Colorado. We're just going pretty much like a budget build sort of thing with this car. Since the Land Cruiser, it's got all steady lights and all top-notch stuff. We're just trying to keep this on budget but still have the practicality of all the goodies. So yeah, we'll show you through a budget light bar setup and how to install. So it's a XTM 21-inch slimline light bar from BCF, and I've just got this plug and play wiring harness kit for it. I actually won the light bar off Touring Tide's Instagram. He was given a giveaway, and yeah, I was lucky enough to win it. So yeah, bit of a freebie. And yeah, open up the box like usual, and then it comes with the mounting legs for it and also some mount bolts to mount to your vehicle. And we're going to aim to mount it in behind this bumper bar grill to try and keep it nice and stealthy looking but still enough light output sort of thing. So yeah, we'll get to that now. So pretty much first thing you want to do is just sit it where you want it, nice and even on both sides, and just mark a hole. Put a mark on the mount hole and where you want to drill the bolt, and then yeah, just drill through and then put a bit of paint on the hole so it doesn't rust through and anything. Then you can mount it up and then start with the wiring. So that's all the holes drilled and the light bar's now mounted. It's just not adjusted obviously, but there's two adjuster screws on the side there of your leg, and then you can see the mount bolt down there. Quite a tight fit. Had to take off the thermostat fan, not thermostat, the thermo fan from there, and just disconnect the horn just to get enough room to drill in there on that mount, on the cross member. But we'll start the wiring now, and yeah, that was the easy part, installing the light. We've got the light bar fitted, so just open up the plug and play wiring kit. Comes with instructions and stuff, but you don't need that. Comes with, these are your piggybacks for the back of your standard lights to plug into the harness to get your signal for when your high beam's on. This kit's actually 24 volt or 12 volt, so it's got two relays there. It's got two different styles of the piggyback ones, but we're just running the circle one. Got your power cables to the battery. Got a standard switch, but we'll probably have to buy a different switch to fit in the dash of the Colorado. And then this one's actually a triple light plug-in sort of thing, but we only need the one because yeah, I only could get a triple one, but yeah, we'll just seal that up and yeah, it should be right with one. So yeah, this is the spaghetti that we're going to be fitting. Also, one extra thing to note: always remove your fuses from this wiring harness before fitting anything, so it doesn't have live power. And then yeah, it'll protect the system from shorting out anything or doing anything. I usually like to plug the power leads in last anyway, but with no fuse in it, it's not going to be getting power. The first thing I always like to start with the harness is with the relay. So try and find a location and just lay it all out and see what see if all the connections reach where you want to before obviously mounting it. But I was lucky enough to find a factory bolt hole on the side that I could just mount the relay to, because on the Land Cruiser I had to make like a custom bracket to fit the two relays for the steady lights, but I was lucky enough on this one to find a factory bolt. So I always start from there and then work back from there sort of thing, so you know where you're running the wires. So I've just plugged in the wiring harness and just separated what's got to go back and what's got to go forward, just to try and make it a bit neater, just to start running wires. But I've just put in the piggyback harness, just pretty much unplug factory harness, factory light plug, and then just plug one side into there and one in there, and then you got your lead that goes to your wiring harness. Obviously it's not all tidied up but you get the gist. So a bit of an update, we've ran all bar the switch wire. So what I like to do as well is try and follow factory sort of harnesses. So obviously at the start here we can't, but join into this factory harness just to run along, just to make it look a bit neater sort of thing. Got the earth and the power cable ready to install once I get all the wires hooked up. Then we run it down the front here to the piggyback, just tied it up nicely there, and then the actual light plug goes down there as well, comes out through there and then into the back of the light. A bit hard to see just because of light, but anyway, everything's hooked up except for the switch in the cab, so we'll be trying to get that through this firewall in the corner now. But it's always one of the worst part of the job is getting through the firewall, because you don't want to make the hole too big in the firewall to let water dust in and whatnot, but obviously the size of the wires and the terminals on the end of it decide what the hole size is going to be. But yeah, it's always the struggle getting it through. So I found a factory sort of hole in the top of the firewall, the top of the firewall grommet. It's pretty hard to see in there, but yeah, I don't know. You get the gist. It's pretty much just a rubber oval or circle as a grommet. And what I do to get them through is I start off with a metal coat hanger or something and just cut it in a straight line. Tape the wire, or you push the coat hanger through first, and then you tape the wire to the coat hanger pretty tightly, and then just put some silicone or something on it and just pull it through as someone's pushing from this side. But yeah, that's the best way I've found to put it through. But thankfully for me it came through on the first time, but I've done my old Colorado and it took me ages to get it through. But yeah, that's the best way to do it. And now that you've got the switch wires into the car, obviously I had to take off the switch to get them through. You pretty much just got to figure out which blank sockets you want to go to. For most cars, you've probably got to buy these aftermarket, like the factory Lightbar or wiring harness switches don't usually fit. That's what I'm going to have to do with this one, because I forgot to buy one before trying to do this. But from old Colorado, I just had them into here, and Steady had switches to fit in here. Don't know the exact ones, but yeah, that's where I'm going to put mine, and I'll just have to tie this switch up somewhere for the meantime until I get that ordered in. But yeah, you just want to pretty much run it behind the dash, make it as neat as possible, out of the way of anyone kicking it, then run it to your location where you want it to go. Rightio, so everything is hooked up other than the temporary switch. I've just sat here till I order a switch. But it's time for the moment of truth. Now I put in the fuse and got ignition on here, and high beam works. And you can obviously switch on and off from that switch to turn it on and off. So that's how it has to be set up for legal purposes sort of thing. So there's a separate switch to it. But yeah, it should be a good little light bar. Except for the standard non-LED lights here, but that might have to change. Might have to get another Steady one for that, like my other video. But yeah, it's bringing off a good bit of light, and we'll probably have to take you for a drive at night time to see the difference with just standard high beams and then the LED. I reckon it looks pretty tidy. It's not poking out or anything, not going to be hit by anything, and yeah, nice and stealthy. As you can see behind us, we have done the right hand side. Pretty straightforward, just obviously unplug the standard plugs, twist them out, and then replace them with a new one, same thing, and just plug the factory plug back into here, because the LEDs have to go through a resistor, so because they don't draw as much power as the standard ones. And then you just zip tie or tape up the resistor against something like it, so it's not going to flop around and whatnot. But yeah, so far it already looks heaps better. You got plenty of light coming up on the wall. There's factory light bar, and then the LED upgrades. So yeah, we'll get to do on the other side now. So both sides are done now. Just tidy up all the wiring and whatnot, so it's all neat and tidy. not going to rub on anything. And we're up to the switch now, and then the LED light bar and conversion will be complete. So yeah, just take off the factory switch from the light bar wiring harness and put this in and fit it in the dash, and she's all done. So it is the next day, guys. I did rush through this last part with the switch, but I can run you through it. So I had the wiring harness come through the firewall here, pretty much just ran it behind the dash and into the switch that I mounted in the dash here. And also, so on the back of the switch here, it's got 4 wires, so it'll have you 2 for your wiring harness for your light bar or your spotlight or whatnot, and then it's got a light signal power and then also a ground, so that the light comes on when all of the rest of the interior lights are on. I just stole the light power and ground from the clock there, just so that was the easiest sort of way to run, and that's where the wires reach. So yeah, all pretty much complete now, and we'll just have to do a night drive and show you how much better it is. But yeah, overall pretty easy sort of install. I'll run through the cost now. So here is the cost. This is the light bar. Obviously I won this through Touring Tides giveaways, so I didn't have to pay for this, but yeah, $99, $100 if you're a non-member, and $65 if you're a member. And then that's the wiring harness kit I got. You can get a 2-pin, like I said, or 2 plug, but I could only get the 3 plug at my local store. And yeah, $80 and $60 if you're a member. So overall, pretty cheap light bar. So $180 all up if you're a non-member, and $125 if you're a member. But yeah, that's pretty all simple and all cheap and whatnot. So yeah, we'll do the night run and that'll be it. So this is it being at low beam. Already the low beam's a lot more obviously brighter and a bit more spread and whatnot. That is high beam with the light bar. So you can see there's a lot more spread, a lot more distance, a lot clearer in light. That's light bar off. You just lose a little bit of spread, and then yeah, back on. So they're not fully adjusted yet. We'll just have to see how they go. The low beam go with other cars oncoming. Just so I'm not blinding them. They might just have to be adjusted down the low beams, but the light bar seems pretty good. Like it's pretty good spot and everything. So yeah, it is heaps better than the standard halogen ones. So yeah, pretty happy with it overall. So this is it for this video. I hope you enjoyed something a little bit different, just a budget light bar build that anyone can afford or anyone can do, just literally any car. This is obviously just for my Colorado. But yeah, I hope everyone's enjoyed, and tell us what you think. Any questions, just ask her in the comments, and have a good one. See ya.